deliver.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons
Fries.
and skills to find out who would win.
Who y'all got,
on
man? I
Death
low-key
Battle.
got, I got Coyote, man, but Tom, my dog.
Run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle.
How fries, Makai? How fries? Okay. Classic Tom and Jerry, feel me? My son Tom for the spanking. Let's find out. I ain't gonna lie, if he got the Road Runner on the side, I don't know. But Jerry is that nigga though. Jerry is him. Oh no, I might pick Tom and Jerry too, gang. Oh. Oh, he took Jerry. Tom not used to this though.
Come on, you ain't
Coyote like that. Coyote messed with the artillery, gang. What the hell is that? Oh. Got his last life. What the hell? Oh, okay. The classic trick. What the hell? Is this gonna be a draw? I think it's a draw. He won.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Wow.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful, they weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wily to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wily could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wily gets the edge in in stats.
Wily's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating
Bullshit,
the
my
devices that have been shown to malfunction,
my top was
he
gonna
still
spank him.
countered everything
He won't
Tom
do the
had.
plot
The
armor.
biggest being
Hell
the
no, that ain't no
DNA
plot armor,
dissolver,
nigga.
which could
First of all, he's a
render Tom's
coyote versus a
cartoony
cat.
healing factor
And second of
moot
all, you
and
see
end
that
the
artillery,
fight.
bro? My
While
boy got
Tom
a
has never been
arsenal. He
shown
got
to
a
have
bag
Looney
full of
DNA
tricks.
specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wily is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wily's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wily's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wily's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place: Space Jam.
Where Wily yet again
Oh.
fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wily's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for: Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wily couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA dissolver.
Especially when the only reason
See,
it
Makai,
failed was because
it's
of
not
the
plot
Roadrunner's
armor.
intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wily's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wily, whereas Wily's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wily gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wily Coyote.
Wily Coyote, man. Wily Coyote, man. The next one we're gonna watch is actually gonna be a good one. I feel like Deku versus Spider-Man is gonna be good. I don't watch My Hero Academia, but I know a little bit about it. So we're gonna watch that, and then we're gonna watch Green Lantern versus whoever that nigga is.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midori. Next generation. Butt cheeks on dummy.
Alright, second fight. Deku versus
All right, the
Miles
commands are
Morales
set.
Spider-Man.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
Alright, new guy. First lesson? Don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware!
Damn.
Let's try that one more time.
Okay.
Guess who?
Damn.
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that. Oh, mierda.
He broke his web shooter? Mm. Damn, Spidey?
If I'm gonna do my best, I gotta do my own thing.
Okay. Okay.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the
Oh.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ooh, we said amazing is my buddy.
Not nullification. So
No sell,
it's got a
Miles.
limit.
Don't fail me.
Go beyond.
What happened? Yo, what just happened?
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
KO! Vaya con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed. Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which
Oh.
actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles. And that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One For All is all about.
When Deku defeated All For One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All For One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One For All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
So
In
he
this
lost?
superpower battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the moralis of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Wow.
Next time on Death Battle.
Oh, the video's actually right there. The video's actually right there. Bro, I don't know why these messages keep popping up, bro. All right, last one, chat.
Simone the Digger.
Kyle Rayner, the white.
Battle dive right now. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Last one, chat. Last one. You know I gotta go with my dog, Green Lantern. Especially the white one. Ooh.
Hey dude, Green Lantern Officer Kyle Rayner here.
Niggas be hating on Green Lantern, but he's low-key cold, bro.
Ring says you've got a Class A galactic super weapon, whatever that is. I'm thinking it's the giant mech. Why don't you hand it over?
Gurren Lagann's mine, officer. Just who the hell do you think you are? I'm told I'm bad with authority.
Tell me about it. Four!
This suit can do that?
That's nothing! My drill will pierce the heavens!
I've never watched this show, so I don't know what the hell this is. Ooh.
That's really cool. I'm a
Lantern. We do the impossible.
See the invisible.
Touch the untouchable.
Break the unbreakable.
If you ain't know,
Is that Wonder Woman's shield? And he's Superman? He's Superman body, but he was the Wonder Woman shield. That was fire.
I'm Simone the Digger. If there's a wall in my way, I'll smash it down!
stop fighting. Think about your fear of death, your love of your friends, your compassion for me, your hope for the future. Choose life.
Have faith in the Simone that believes in you.
Super taking Topa Gurren Lagann! My drill
What the hell am I watching?
transcends the heavens! Giga Drill Break!
That boy love his drills. Whoa. Green Lantern won.
The super weapon wasn't your mech.
It was me.
Then, Simone, I'm taking you in brightest day, in blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power.
What's up with him and these drills?
Green Lantern fly!
Let's see you grit those teeth!
No.
You'd make a good lantern.
Simone of Earth, you have been chosen.
Just who the hell do you think I am?
KO! For the guy with the snazzy sunglasses!
When both combatants possess unlimited power, it's hard to judge them by our normal standards. Take speed. Simone can hit an infinite number of targets all at once.
He
and Kyle can
took-
fly fast enough to surpass the normal concept of speed
He
itself.
took his
When you control
ring.
space and time, things like
Beating him
breath
is
and
one
speed
thing,
kinda
but taking
become
his
irrelevant.
ring.
Instead, let's analyze them through a lens more
Taking his
applicable to beings as
ring?
absurd
Oh,
as
nah,
Simone
they
and Kyle.
disrespect
Their
that.
imagination, their willpower, and their ultimate potential.
First up, Imagination. The boundless things they could conjure to use against the other. Both could think up just about anything the other could, like absorbing each other's attacks, fighting across time, anything.
Simone did have a few attacks that Kyle hasn't encountered, like the probability-altering missiles, but it's likely Kyle could adapt considering his ring could protect against existence being erased across the multiverse.
And in general, Kyle's constructs were a lot more creative than Simone's arsenal, which was mostly drills. Though again, nothing Simone couldn't adapt to with, say, his energy absorption. Imagination is a draw.
That leaves the other main factor for both characters, the origin of their unbelievable might, their willpower.
And that's really gonna be the winning factor here, since it's the source of everything for both of them. Whoever's got the stronger willpower wins.
Both can manipulate reality on a multiversal scale with their willpower, but we can use dimensions to roughly calculate a difference. This might sound absurd for most characters, but it's necessary for beings as beyond the pale as Simone and Kyle.
The multiverse labyrinth that Simone absorbed contained 11 spatial dimensions. That's 1.3 dimensions less than the multiverse Kyle's power can threaten.
And remember, each numbered dimension infinitely surpasses the one below it.
Which meant Kyle's willpower was stronger at a base level. However, that doesn't necessarily mean Kyle gets the edge, because if there's one thing both of these guys are known for, it's that they can always get stronger.
So to determine the limits of their willpower, we first need to understand their full potential.
Simone's whole deal with spiral power is how he can constantly evolve to get stronger. So just because Simone starts off weaker doesn't mean he'll stay that way.
Absorbing the multiverse labyrinth required Simone to leapfrog several orders of infinity in an instant. Simone made himself that much stronger through sheer force of will.
More than enough to close the gap with Kyle, especially since spiral power also lets him regenerate his body down to an informational level. Kyle's never destroyed something that thoroughly before.
Without the ability to easily kill Simone, it was only a matter of time before Kyle's ring ran low on charge, especially since Simone could likely regenerate for at least a week straight, like Nia did. While Blue Lantern Light could boost Kyle's power, he's never jumped several orders of infinity in strength like Simone has.
And while Kyle could manipulate emotions to reduce Simone's willpower, Simone resisting the labyrinth's mental manipulation meant he could power through anything Kyle threw at him.
Everything, that is, except for the life equation. It originated from a higher level of reality and would have more than even the odds.
Too bad Kyle couldn't control it. It was just as much a detriment to him as an asset, forcing him to relinquish it to keep from destroying reality and himself.
Compare that to Simone, who merged with a version of himself writing a version of Gurren Lagann, and using spiral power to make that fiction into reality.
A pretty similar level of reality to the life equation, and a level of power Simone had no trouble embracing and mastering by the end of his story. No matter how you look at it, Simone might start weaker, but his peak will always transcend Kyle's. Isn't that how all of Simone's battles usually go anyway? That's Gurren Lagann in a nutshell.
So Simone's incredible potential eclipsed Kyle, which means his willpower was ultimately greater. Kyle may have embodied life itself, but Simone's unstoppable evolutionary potential would shatter even this lantern's light.
I hope Kyle at least dug the fight, because when it comes to Death Battle losers, he was a dead ringer.
The winner is Simone the Digger.
Next time on Death Battle.
Damn. My boy Miles lost. My boy Green Lantern lost. Who else lost? Tom lost, but that was like 50-50. I really fuck with both of them. But yeah, man, that's a couple death battles, man. We gotta keep running that shit up though. I ain't gonna lie. Them shits be hella fun to watch.